Welcome back to our series on Rainbird series. We're doing case study number 3 today. Design a blowout program. The compressor is set up at the pump station and you are to blow out the entire golf course in progression, one set of heads at a time moving down the hole. You must move away from the pump station with your program and end up at the farthest points from the pump station. The compressor is large enough so that you can have up to 8 heads running at the same time during the blowout. This means that you should design 4 different schedules to run at the same time. When a schedule has completed its last set of rotors, another schedule should start immediately following so that pressure does not build up in the pipes. You will be able to link schedules to complete this more efficiently. Each head is only to be set for 3 minutes each, and you are to blow out each hole a minimum of 3 times. As you can see, today we're blessed with 2 Vanna Whites, Cole Tanner Fuller and Patrick Tracy. Thank you guys for helping us out today. Alright Pat, if we can go up to the compass tool menu button up in the top left and hit the second one down, the program builder, we can begin to build our program for the blowout. You go add program in the top center. Pat, may you please, I think that's on your side of the screen. Alright, we'll name that program Blowout 2. We've already created the blowout program as a test, and we're going to make sure that it is a standard program type. We are simplifying and shortening the process for the sake of this video. Now that we've selected Blowout 2 as in our program list, we can hit Add Schedule in the top center beside the Add Program button. For this example, we will do hole 15. We have to make sure it is by station, and this is schedule number 1. Alright, now that we have selected hole number 15, the first schedule, we can zoom in on hole 15. Beautiful. Now we have selected, we have to go back to the cursor button, and we have to select these sprinkler heads that need to be part of this program in order of which comes first from the pump house. As you can see, the pump house is there, and so the T's are the first thing off of the pump house. So Cole is selecting each station, not each rotor, you'll notice, each station, as the paired heads will both go at the same time. Perfect. When you do this for your entire golf course, you have to continually be moving away from the pump so that it will push the water further and further away. It'll release the water that is in the area, and you avoid having any pockets of air that then get compressed and, as compressed air is prone to do, explode and hit and break your pipe. So if we take a look at our blowout program we built earlier, number 13, you'll see we created 4 different zones. We have the pump capabilities to blow out 8 heads at once, and so we decided to do 4 simultaneous schedules and have 2 heads on each schedule going at once on different parts of the golf course, all moving away from the pump house. For our actual blowout program, we separated the 2 sections of the golf course for our 4 programs. If you zoom out, you can see a little bit of a better view of the golf course and how there are some dead ends up in the top right corner by Cole's head and around the pond. So that's one section of that's one schedule in our program. And so that runs separately from the other sections. Now all the sections originate as close to the pump house as possible and progressively move further away. And if we exit out of the program builder and head into the program builder in this view, we can see that we can uncheck blowout 2, because when we do our dry run, we'll use the example of the one we built earlier. And we only want these heads to blow out for 3 minutes. If you let it blow out for too much time, you create a situation that could damage your rotors. The sprinkler heads are water lubricated, and when there's only mist passing through, those plastic pieces will begin to melt. Now, if we go into the blowout specific schedules, in the second tab on the top left corner, thank you, Pat, you'll notice that our multi-step is set to 10. Now this means the maximum number of sprinkler heads that can go on is 10. But we want, this number of stations that can go on is 10. But we don't want 10, we only want one station at a time. This will restrict us to the 8-head maximum that that our compressor is set to do. There we go. Now that that's set to 1, we can go ahead and try a dry run. So we've set it to 7 a.m. because we have our blowout schedule set to start at 8 a.m., which, as we'll note, you must be prepared for because they will automatically run at 8 a.m. If you're planning on blowing out, it's good to get there nice and early and make sure everything is up and running. And if it's not, you might have to delay that start time a little bit. If you go ahead and start it off, you can see it builds the graph, and as you can see, it's a very consistent line compared to our previous stations. Now what we've done is we've had it run twice in one day. And if you go into the details, the third tab over, you'll see that the program 13 blowout was posted and completed twice. And it says irrigation completed, which means that every head got blown out for the appropriate 3 minutes. If you'll exit out of this for a minute and go back into the program detail, we'll be able to see, as we scroll over a little bit to the right, that we see that it starts at 8 a.m. And then again it starts at 2:35 a.m. So we came up with this number after running the blowout program starting at 8 a.m. and finding that it runs until 2:31. We thought we should leave the air compressor on, blowing out the pipes for a couple minutes, simply to clear out any shallow areas, any dips in the pipe that have collected water and weren't getting blown out when there was an escape for the water. So this is what we feel is the best way to organize a program scheduled to blow out your golf course. We hope this helps, and hopefully this is a great tool that you can use coming into winter. Thank you.